All right, everyone. Welcome once again to the Faces of Business. I am your host, and boy, do we have a special guest with us today. Multiple repeat offender, founder, B2B Tail, e-commerce expert, live streamer extraordinaire, Curt Anderson, and I are going to be talking about B2B business development with live streaming. Curt, welcome, my friend.
Dude, what is up, brother? Happy Thursday, happy Friday Eve. I don't get to say
Yep.
that to you too often. We usually don't chat on many Thursdays.
Nope.
So happy Friday Eve to you, buddy.
It's all good. It's all good. And we are, man, do we love live streamer or what?
We just, you know what? I think we just love learning.
That's what it is. It's not live streaming. It's what we get to do because of the live streaming and what we get to learn because, yeah, better way to say it.
The people that we learn from, and the thing, Monday we did a live stream on Monday, and I was just smiling when we got off the program. I was like, Damon, my cheeks hurt because I was just beaming of just this energy, this enthusiasm, this passion. We're just so incredibly blessed to bring on experts. We're doing AI next week, dude. We're doing AI, deep dive AI on Monday and next Friday. I spoke with our coming up speaker, Carla Gregory. I talked to her yesterday. Dude, like, get ready, man. It is going to be fire. But it's just like what we get to learn. It's almost unfair. It is almost unfair.
Almost unfair. I agree with that 100%. So today we wanted to talk about B2B business development with live streaming because I think this is something that people don't realize that is a pretty natural result of having these conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought for us to go through a few of the things that you've learned, the things that you've really helped to more live out your values, because one of the things you talk about is out teaching your competition. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
And then how, as you said, making friends and building community and just building this ecosystem of people that know you, have got to see you enough so they trust you with what they may have challenges with, and how that really has helped with business development. So
yeah, with that no like trust. Now I'm not sure if anybody likes me. I'm just teasing. But anyway, it's the know and hopefully the trust. But just, and I want to say this, you and I have been first off, thank you, dude. We just what a friendship, relationship, just what an honor, privilege. I just so look forward. This is part of it's my week.
Yeah, it's
Monday
all we do.
Friday, we go live, and we've been doing it for years and years, and there's never a hesitation or oh geez, I don't know. I'm hoping the honeymoon just keeps going for a while.
Yeah.
When when we lose that spark, we'll figure that out. But it's just such an incredible blessing. And a big thing is I know you, and I feel comfortable speaking for you because we're talking a lot about this. We have a huge hunger to learn and to get better at this. We have I'm hanging out in my basement. I've got a bad, we have so far to go, but I have a deep longing and desire to get better at this. But in the same regard of just shining a bright light on other people. And I love not being the expert. I love that you and I can bring on other folks and just let them just perform their magic. It's just such a thing of beauty,
Yes. And I think that's one of the things that when we look at this and we talk about live streaming, people go, oh yeah, but I'm afraid to get in front of the camera, or I don't know what I would do if I got in front of the camera. And, these fears that plague us. Talk a little bit about that. What do you think about how that really works?
Hey, we've had just this past week, we've had guests that, we come on before, 5-10 minutes before, and we've had guests where they're like, I don't remember back in the day playing sports where like before a big football game or a big ball game,
Yeah.
you get those butterflies and you feel like you're going to toss your cookies and stuff. Like, we've had a few people that have come on right before the show there. And I feel, or what I'm hearing, that they're at that place, they're like, oh my God, I'm ready to, I'm panicking right now. And, what we hear, or the response that we've gotten from client, we get tons of notes after. This was so much fun. I didn't know, and I did a webinar earlier today. One of our jam sessions had a bunch of my all folks that have been on our show, Megan Militello from Alaska, Jacqueline from IMEC, and Jeanette from Gen Edge. I had Julie from Purdue MEP, and we were talking about, I always tell my daughter, as a matter of fact, I'm going to have dinner with my daughter when you and I are done. I always try to encourage my daughter. I say, man, try any and every food. Try it. Just, if it looks, just try it, because you never know your next favorite meal until you try it, right? Well, just like here with marketing or with live streaming or LinkedIn, like you just don't know your next best connection, your next best customer, your best, the friendship that you and I've created, if you just put yourself out there, get out of that comfort zone. So I think that's a big thing, whether it's live streaming, whether it's getting on LinkedIn for the first time, putting out a post, or just really putting yourself out there, whatever that might be. And it's just having the courage to try that next dish of food, to find out if I don't like it, hey, so be it. I can at least now say I tried it, right? Tried it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's great. And I think as we talk about those fears, it's like anything, it's normal. It's normal to be, it's normal to be nervous. It's normal to be nervous about it.
Right.
And think back, I can still remember my first, and it wasn't even a live stream, it was a video I recorded in my office here. It was like a minute, and it was, you look back, we look back those early episodes and we go, whoo, we were kind of rough.
Right.
And that's normal though. Still are, right? So it's normal though. You think about, hey, first time driving a car, from never driving a car to driving a car to driving a car for 20 years. I mean, we forget that, like anything, like training for a marathon, you can't get up tomorrow and run a marathon.
Right.
Well, some people maybe, but not many.
Yeah.
And you can't, not me. But you think about that and you go, okay, now this is like anything else. There's going to be some nerves. There's going to be a learning curve, but it is a very rewarding way to be able to meet people. And I think as we're talking today, business development for B2B people, using this medium to meet people that can share great information or share great stories within your industry is such a powerful way to meet these people, first of all,
right,
and share some awesome information. And you get to learn that when you're talking to them. And then when others look for information, they're going to come and look at you and those people that you highlighted.
Right.
And it's just interesting how that happens. So as you've been doing this, what are some of those things that, you didn't realize were going to happen, but they happen now all the time?
Gosh, that's a great question. What did I not, I don't think I realized the camaraderie, the bonding that we've had with folks. There's a great line, man, where's this line been for the past 30 years or whatever, right? I heard a line that it says, information tells, stories sell. Have you heard that one? Where was that? I'm
writing it down.
I just heard it a week ago. Information tells, stories sell, right?
Yeah.
Every decision that we make from a buying decision is emotional, whether we want to admit it or not. For years I was like, you think of like the Godfather, it's not personal, it's not personal. Remove the emotion. You're an exit strategy specialist. When, I was blessed, fortunate, I had a business years ago. When I sold it, my biggest criticism of myself, why I wish I knew you back then, was I was like, man, I was just so emotional. was just so emotional selling my business, my baby, but you know what? No matter if I had no emotion, that's still an emotion, like everything that you make is emotional. So to answer your question, I think the power of the stories that we've heard, the inspiration, we've heard people that have made drastic career pivots. We just interviewed Wendy Covey just recently, and her father, back whatever many years ago, took a huge pivot in his career, became a college professor, and it's just so inspiring to hear, you're never too old, you're never too this, you're never, all these, I won't speak for everybody else, but the self-defeating thoughts or scarcity mindset or whatever you want to say that we tell ourselves. What's truth? What is the real truth? Is it my truth, or is it so I'm going on a diatribe, but to get to your point, I think getting into these stories of every single person that we've interviewed is just such a gift, such a blessing, such an honor. And I just feel iron sharpens iron. I feel I'm a better human being by just doing this live stream show. I don't know. How was that? Was that a little?
That was great. And I think this, you hit on one thing that I believe, using live streaming for business development. Now let's be clear here. You're talking about, we live stream at least partially for business development, right?
You know what? So it's really 100%, because like if I'm working on my, so I book most of our, probably 90. Right,
yeah, right. You book them.
I book them. So, but you book 100% of your guests here on Faces of Business, and I appreciate you give me freedom, flexibility. So I book 99% of our guests, right, on our show. And so the cool thing is just if there's a subject that I feel weak on, or I'd like to learn more, and I just did it this week. I booked somebody in July on a topic that I'm like, you know what? I really don't know a lot about that, and I'd like to know more from that person. So I we connected on LinkedIn, we did a one-on-one call, and I usually don't do this on the first, virtual cup of coffee. I'm like, hey, dude, my co-host and I have this great live show. Do you want to come on it? So he booked a gig in July, and I'm thrilled because now I could get on a one-on-one call. And that person might be, well, who's this guy? Like, I'm giving him a free coaching lesson. But now if I have tried to be the go-giver and let them come on our show, we shameless, like, I'm going to learn some great things. Next week, we're going to learn a ton about AI from two experts that would probably cost us a lot of money to get a one-on-one call with these folks. I don't know. I'm not sure how that sounds or what people are hearing, but sharing that information and letting these people shine and letting them, and hopefully that business development for them benefits us.
Yeah. I think you've hit on it. It builds a collaboration that's hard to do in other ways, because we get to learn from them about things that we wouldn't normally learn about, or that we really need to learn about. And we share it with the world in these. And you think of this, I could be a B2B live streamer with a contract manufacturing company. I could be making street sweepers. I could be, make snow plows. It doesn't really matter the product that you're making, or a SaaS product or anything like that. But you then could be the industry resource that everyone knows, because you have gone to all the industry experts that you want to learn from, but you're sharing their story, sharing their information with your industry. And along the way, you're talking about your company, you're talking about the products you make, and weaving that into the stories so that it is 100% business development. It's, you get to learn, the people you have on the show get their words out to more people.
Right.
And as we know, I mean, we're big, they ask you answer people. You're helping your customers learn more. You're out teaching your competition. And that is almost natural business development.
Completely.
So I think, that, yes, let's just put the hands up. We know a lot of people think it's as corny and egotistical to do live streaming. Some people, that's just the way they think.
Right.
And yeah, I guess if you're not in it and you don't know about it, and haven't felt the power like you just described a bit ago, it could look that way. But when you see from a business development standpoint,
Mhm.
if I am that contract manufacturer
Mhm.
and I have a great project that comes to me, a great opportunity comes to me
Mhm.
because whatever relationship I've built, because I've actually talked to my customers to highlight them. I've talked to suppliers to highlight them. I've talked to industry experts to highlight them. And I've learned all this stuff
Mhm.
because now I've taken all that information I've been listening to. This new project comes to me and it's got, maybe I'm pretty familiar with most of it, but I've got 2 or 3 special
Mm.
things that I have not done before. But I've talked to the industry experts that know.
Right. Right.
This thing brought the whole full circle of the effort in live streaming to be, as a B2B contract manufacturer, to be able to now take on that project, get an estimate on that, and be able to give your potential customer the satisfaction or comfort that you can handle it, because you can openly say, we are collaborating on this part, and this part with these people. And if you want to talk about them, you can watch our live streams where they're on to learn more about how they would help us in this situation and why we think we make a good team. It's just, I look at this and I think about it more and more about how AI is changing, and the amount of AI content that's
Mhm.
coming out now, and how people want to do business, especially in B2B, human to human.
Mhm.
And this is a way that I think you're going to almost AI proof
Yeah.
your business.
Yeah. Oh, phenomenal point. And so let's run for that with that for a minute. So let's say, you're in the service sector, manufacturer, whatever you do. Okay. And be like, well, geez, so content, everything's like, oh, we got to put out content. We got to put out content. Right. Well, and unfortunately you do, you've got to put out content
Yeah.
in some capacity. So, if you went to journalism school, you're a gifted, typer, writer, whatever, man, go all in on blogging, right?
Yeah.
But if you didn't, if that wasn't your jam and you're a talker, we've had painful introverts. I just did a subject matter interview with a client this morning, kicking and screaming. He wanted, like, man, he's been fighting me left and right. And we finally, this morning, we jumped on, we did it was just a Zoom, did a recording,
Yeah.
and we got done. And he was like, I didn't realize how fun that would be. Like, I didn't realize this is what you wanted. I didn't. And again, always try that next favorite food, because you don't know what it's going
Yeah.
to be, that next favorite dish. So let's take the contract manufacturer, or you're in the service sector. Say, I have a lamp next to me. If I manufacture lamps, who would be a great person to interview? Well, how about the person that sells the light bulbs, right? How about the
Yep.
person that sells the lampshade? How about the person that sells the nightstand that I'm going to put the lamp on? How about the person that sells the bed next? Like, the idea, the concept is, who are your people that are going to be around you that could be just a wonderful, incredible. You're selling to the same ICP, that same ideal customer. You and I call them soulmates. You're selling to the same soulmate, but there's no competition whatsoever. Why not be the leader of the pack, build that community, and just a vibrant referral network by shining a bright light on the lampshade person, on the light bulb person, on the nightstand, and just everybody that would help support me sell my lamp. Let me collaborate with those guys, those folks,
Mm-hmm.
those people, right? So yeah, it's endless.
Yeah. And when you think about that, if I'm the lamp manufacturer in that instance, and I want to, my end customers, say, could be interior designers,
Yeah, right.
we could bring somebody
Right.
on
Bring them on.
about the lampshades, and we could talk about the new fabrics that come out that are really hot and
Right.
trending, and why they are, and where they work the best, and how they work with the lights. And there's just so many ideas when you look at that seemingly uh plain product,
Mhm.
and you could become the expert in light. And the same thing with a light bulb. A light bulb's not just a light bulb. If you're a light bulb person, there's a lot of different variations in light bulbs. There's a
Right.
lot of different type,
Right.
colors, all this kind of stuff. You could go all the way down the road, but here you are, a year or two into this, you are the light specialist. You are that you manufacture the light, yes, with all the stuff on it, but you are the specialist because you've talked about bulbs, you've talked about,
Right.
shapes or shades and everything else. That just makes your customers, your potential customers who are looking at that, you have all that content that you've generated. Also, if someone comes and talks to you and they say, hey, Damon, I've been thinking about using you guys for my hotel, but I really don't know what I want to do, because we're thinking about this, thinking about that. Well, what do you do at that point?
Mm-hmm.
You really don't have to sell yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can send them the links to 3 different videos that really coordinate with the questions they're asking.
Right. Right.
It's just this for B2B. I think it's so much more powerful because we're talking about, we don't have to land 1,000 customers usually in B2B like we are with a B2C kind of situation. Exactly. So if you're a manufacturer and you want to land, say most manufacturers, if they landed 10 new significant customers every year, that's a big deal. It could be way too much.
3 new customers could change.
Could be way too much. Yeah.
Right. Three new customers could change the trajectory of a manufacturer, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you think about the development time, the business development that you could spend to be able to really build that community and that knowledge base and teach those potential customers. Just to get those 3 really good customers coming to you is so much more that you can do. And it's so much more fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you're hitting it on, fun. And that's the thing, is if you can make it fun, for companies, say manufacturers go to a trade show, there's not a heck of a lot different than being at a trade show than being in a live stream. It's, you need to have your game face on, you need to, be presentable, you're spending thousands of dollars on, booth and swag and, this, that, the other thing, branding, so on and so forth, but if you don't catch the right person at that right time when they're walking down the booth, or, maybe they're out getting a cup of coffee, you're out at lunch, like your stars have to line up. Where here, like you just said, you're AI proofing your business. You're creating an enormous, you and I like to use that phrase that, you become a content machine. You can become, thought leader now is, I think, becoming. I have a buddy that just got hired. He's 30 plus year career in the pharmaceutical industry. He just got a brand new position, awesome new company, and his title is thought leader liaison or something like that. Thought leadership is a prominent thing right now, right?
Yeah.
And so now in your own industry, you can brand that by, again, not necessarily need to be the smartest person in the room, but interviewing your teammates, people internally, your engineers, your people in purchasing, or, let yourself be the smartest person in the room, right? But just,
you probably are in something.
You are in something, right? What's the famous, whatever, I'm going to butcher this, right? Whatever path, you're trying to follow a path, what's the best way to learn about that path? Ask the people coming back the other direction, right?
Yeah.
Ask the people that are coming back the other direction. And so, like, if you've been somewhere that I haven't, or your ideal, your ICP, your customer, everybody out there talking to you have information that somebody needs.
Yeah.
You have a solution to somebody's problem today. And if you're the best kept secret, man, not only does it hurt you or your business, you're denying that person of your expertise, your passion, your experience to help them conquer their goal today.
Yeah. 100%, 100%. And you brought up one thing that I really think, when you think about live streaming as a part of your overall business strategy, you said trade shows. We spend so much money on trade shows. I mean, even years ago when I was in companies and I would put together what we're going to do at the trade shows and, go to McCormick Center and put the big booths up and stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to spend $100K sometimes pretty easily going to a trade show. Well, just think about the build up to the trade show. We did some of that this year, and we'll talk about that a little bit. The live streaming you could do at the trade show,
right?
Because you may be able to see people that you never would anywhere else.
Yep.
And then the follow-up that you could do from a trade show. And you just think about this as somebody that's in business development or sales and marketing for a B2B company. Now I've taken what used to be, I go to a trade show for 3 or 4 days and we talk to people, as many people as we can, get as many cards as we can. And we try to get their contact information, talk to them a little bit, get to the next person. We go, okay, now I'm taking this trade show and I've expanded it. And I'm going, okay, this is a month-long thing for us. Mm-hmm. This is the preload, getting people and talking to them about the trade show. What are they excited for? Getting other exhibitors mm-hmm. that are going to be around us at the trade show, letting people know that, hey, we're going to be live streaming there. Check us out at the trade show. Right. You could be dropping into the best booths that you think are the coolest and live streaming from those. Then you say, we're going to go after the trade show. Mm-hmm. And all these people that you met, potential right. customers, other people in the industry, everything, you're talking about that trade show for another 2 or 3 weeks after it. And now I just turned my $100,000 investment into something that gives me how much content right. would that give you, Curt?
Right. Well, I don't want to, pat ourselves on the back, but so we did exactly that, right? So we were supporting our friends, Joe Sullivan, Wendy Covey, and Adam Beck for yep. the Industrial Marketing Summit. And we interviewed a bunch of those folks prior to the summit. We went live at the summit. And then, tomorrow we're interviewing a gentleman that I met at the summit. We're interviewing Carla Gregory on Monday from the summit. We're interviewing a gentleman, Dale, AI expert, next Friday from the summit. I think we have 5 or 6, probably at least 6 people that we're going to be interviewing over the next month from the Industrial Marketing Summit in January. So this is, yes, it just perpetuates and goes on. And we just had Wendy Covey on a week ago. And let's go back to Wendy for a second, right? She dropped a gold bomb. 66% for our friends in B2B, if you're selling to engineers, 66%. And this is a research project that they did. And they do it every year. They connect with Global Spec. If you're in the electrical world, yep. you know Global Spec. So this is a total legit research project. They interviewed, I don't know how many engineers, and 66% of the buying process is done online.
Yeah. Yep. And I want to highlight, we got a comment here today too. I want to highlight this because they said, prior to 2024, I didn't want to do videos. I decided to change my mindset and help recognize veteran-owned businesses. Now I know that listen to what they've done here. And I apologize because I can't see your name through LinkedIn. Now I know when I'm in front of the camera that I'm helping another vet. And now it is fun. And this we see this all the time, Curt, and we talked about that. It's awesome. First of all, that is incredible.
Congratulations to you. Kudos to you. God bless you for supporting our vets. That is awesome.
Yeah. And this is one of the things that you can do so much. I mean, because you now have this live stream that's going right within the industry, you can help people. You can help people. It's like, that is the thing that you have, because all these other people around us want to help people too. Right. They just don't see as many opportunities. Now, this person that is, if you could drop your name in the comment, that'd be cool too. Then we even know who it is. But then, but they could bring in these people on that someone sees them to go, hey, that person was on that live stream and they needed some help. I want to reach out and help them.
Right.
And that's the thing. We can, you don't have to just go, okay, this is for B2B business development.
Right.
I'm part of a community when I'm in a business.
Right.
Why not bring on your local Boys and Girls Club people? Why not bring on your local, whatever it is, the senior center people? Talk about that. Talk about the little league team and what they need. You just got, there's so many opportunities for you to just build this nice thing around your business.
Right. I think, kudos to the person that dropped that comment. Because all right, man, was that good, Damon? We're going to dive into this. You earlier said, you could be seen, and I get, you could be perceived as arrogant to, have a show or whatever. If you don't, think of like that person that's supporting those vets. And what I love is now I've made it fun because I'm making it about the vets. I started my little journey, like workshops, public speak, whatever you want to call it, like 10, 15 years ago. And when, and I didn't feel real nervous and I felt comfortable and I enjoyed it, but I had mentor, friend, whatever said to me, you know what? The big thing is when you're standing in front of that crowd, it's never about you. When
Yeah.
you make it about you, then it could be perceived, arrogant, this, that, the other thing, or nervous or whatever. It's not about you. It's about the other person. And if you
Yeah.
have information, you have value, and I'll share this with you. And so best friend of mine that lives local to me, he's a school teacher. God bless him, for 30 some years. He's been kind of following what we've been doing, and he knows you inside and out. And I need to introduce you to sometime. He's just phenomenal guy. Absolutely. He could be a stand-up comedian. What he's done, he works, he has the Children's Coalition, and he works with young kids. He has now received grant funds. He's built a studio. He has like a wonderful, as a matter of fact, we need to talk about this. High school kids are now interviewing entrepreneurs, adults. Like when the eclipse was here, they did so they're now starting their own little news thing for high school kids. And he's like, and a lot of it was from like you and I doing this little live stream. Like, so look at the potential that he can have on these high school, wonderful, amazing, incredible students, the talent. And they're interviewing adults, they're interviewing experts, politicians, business owners, all sports heroes, just because my buddy is like spearheading this. I just think it's so awesome.
That is an incredible way to expose young people to so many things.
Yeah.
My goodness.
It is so. His name is Pat Smeraldo. His nickname is Spanky. We call him Spank, sending you love, brother. So that's a big shout out to Spank. So that, it's, we could go on and on, but when you make it about the other person, so just kind of, recapping, I'll teach the competition, man, just have fun with it, right? Mm-hmm. Be yourself, be authentic. And again, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, it's an incredible opportunity to stop being the best kept secret and get your message out there. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It is truly. And I learned this from, oh my goodness. And now I forget the person's name, but I was lucky enough to interview the founder of Barefoot Wine.
Okay.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Incredible guy.
Right.
He built Barefoot Wine on charitable marketing. He figured out how to help charities and market his wine at the same time. Mm-hmm. Barefoot Wine is now like number 3 in wines. Ernest and Julio Gallo bought him. I don't know, after his whole story is incredible. And I apologize because I not remember the name right now.
Right.
But he did that. And you talk about helping others and focus on others when you're doing it. It is a way for you to be able to get known as you are,
right?
Hopefully caring about helping people and helping the community and helping educate people, but really to build a strong business behind it too.
Right. No doubt. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
all the above. And like I said, you can demonstrate your passion, bringing on other subject matter experts and just showing your community, and one thing that you mentioned earlier was, you were talking about, if you're in a conversation, hey, I can show you this video. It's an archive of sales enablement. You're creating your own sales enablement library with other subject matter experts. So if somebody comes to you, somebody comes to us in our space and they're like, hey, do you know somebody that's an expert in pay-per-click ads? I don't do you don't want, I've done them for 20 years, did them, back in 2000. I did them back when Yahoo was still like the leader of the pack. Right. But that's not my jam. But boy, we have a great deep bench of subject matter experts in that paid space that, as a matter of fact, let me show you a clip of this person. And then you judge. And as a matter of fact, I have a couple people. You can take a look at it and see what you think. And let's get you connected. I don't make a penny off of that. I don't even, look for a referral fee. But boy, just what a great way to do business by helping others,
Yep. That very thing happened to me this morning.
Yeah.
I was working with a client. I work with them on other things. And they said, they gave me an experience they had with someone else that was going to help them with some consulting.
Yeah.
And I said, and they said, well, we really would like to see who you know.
Yeah.
I was like, good, because the experience you describe is not one that I would recommend, but let's find the people that know exactly what you need. And this is about helping people. It's like, I don't need someone that knows how to do eye surgery when I've got an elbow problem. I need to know the elbow person,
That's
right?
The right knee guy.
The right knee guy, like you always say you are. And
No,
that's what
not
you
me.
can become.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
not you specifically
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
knees.
Yeah.
Woo,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
But but this is the thing that we can do. And when you talk about the business development, B2B business development with live streaming, it is not like I can just guarantee 100%, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. If you use live streaming for B2B business development and you are focusing on that person, you will never feel like you would if you had to pick up the phone and make a cold call.
I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more. Let's, if you're comfortable here, let's talk about, case studies, success stories,
Yeah.
testimonial.
You've been helping some people do this and seeing what it's like.
What's fantastic is, everybody out there, you crush it with your customers, clients, whatever scope of work that there's people out there that you bring such value, that you love. Damon, remember I wrote a blog post years ago, Be the Blankie. Do you remember that one?
Yep.
Be the Blankie. And I found this awesome picture of this dog wrapped up in this little, but think, we were kids. I don't know, Damon, did you, I'm asking for a friend. Did you, when you went away to college, did you have like that little whoopee type, I'm just teasing.
Maybe. No, I didn't.
No, but
no.
Think about, so I won't throw my daughter in the bus. Like my daughter, she grew up with her little blanket, and just, and it just coming out of the hot, when it came out of the dryer, what was better?
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't it be awesome if you could be that warm blankie to your ideal customer, to the person that like really needs you today? And you're just delivering value and you're just helping them. And you're saying, hey, ideal customer, I have your back. You know what? As a matter of fact, not only do I understand you, I understand your customer. I understand my customer's customer. And I'm looking over your shoulder just to look for any blind spots or any gaps. And, so let me pull back from this diatribe, with this live stream concept, could you bring your customer on and showcase them and how awesome they are, and not necessarily shamelessly to get your plug, but if they say like, hey, Damon's awesome, that's even better. But just, genuinely showing how the great work that's going on, that's magic, and it's street cred, to have that customer to say, you know what, I work with Damon. He's authentic. He's a man of integrity. And we've had plenty of those, Damon. And, they come on and they're like, man, I really moved the needle thanks to Damon's expertise. And for you out there listening, if you could get that customer to come on, and that what a great way to capture, social proof, street cred, all of the above, right? And the whole time you're highlighting that customer.
Yeah. Yeah. And what they're doing. And then, just kind of naturally flows into how you work together and what happened. And it just is. For those people listening now, I'm going to tell you, I would rather stick a nail through my foot than make a B2B cold call. Right. I really would. Because it wouldn't hurt that bad that long, because I could pull it back out in a little while. Right.
But that call would just goes on forever. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It just,
right.
But for me personally, to be able to reach out to someone that I really want to talk to for a reason, to ask them, say, hey, I have this show. Right. We talk about this. Right. This is I think you would be an interesting guest because of this. Let's talk and see. Right. Now, how hard was that? Even if I'm making that call, right? Now, even if I am dialing a cold call, but I'm not asking, hey, do you have this problem? Blah, 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 blah. Like it's so much better. And like we said before, a B2B company is not looking for 100 new customers. It's a few. Right. And you could just, anyway, I hope today that we've, because we are excited about this. This is so much fun. I'm telling you out here. Yes, you get past the fear. Yes, you will build a community if you just keep doing it.
Right.
It's not that hard. We could have gotten the technical stuff, and the next time we get on and talk about this, Curt, we can go through that stuff.
Right.
But if two old dudes like us can do it, anybody can do it. And you will turn your business in a different direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could keep everybody here all night. Just kind of wrapping up, like, first off, again, my massive thanks, my eternal gratitude to you for the friendship, the relationship that we've built by, doing these fun little things together, just two dudes just doing our thing. And
Back
it's
at
not,
you.
and it, like, I won't speak for you. I'm never going to be, Joe Rogan or, it's not about the numbers. It's about the relationships. It's about the community. Like you said, it's building that development, the business development. And it's all about, we talk about out teaching the competition and really, and just selfishly learning, man, just learning. And man, we have so much fun. We've brought clients on, you remember this one, and I probably told this last time we were on live. We had a client. She was in Chicago. It's two sisters. I had worked with her for months. I had seen her one time on camera over months. It was either, camera doesn't work, camera's not on. I'm on my phone. I saw her one time. She came on our live stream show. She's been on the show, I think, 3 times, and we've done 2 webinars together. And she was a painful introvert and had a blast. Perinda at McLean. Remember Perinda?
Yeah.
She's been on the show, I think, 3 or 4 times. Wanted nothing to do with this. Consistently, every person that we've brought on the show, kicking and screaming, total introverts, they get done and like, that was awesome. That was so much fun. Got my message out. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you for giving me a voice. Thank you for letting me tell my story, my legacy. Maybe dad started the business, mom started the business. We're carrying it on. Stories sell, information just tells. Tell your story. Get it out there. People want to hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Well, Curt, thanks for stopping by today. And I know if people want to find Curt, you just look up Curt Anderson, B2B Tail, B2BTail.com, Curt Anderson on LinkedIn. And you got to check out Curt's jam sessions too. They have a lot of good jam sessions with the manufacturing extension partnerships across the United States. And and hopefully we're going to be talking a bit more about live streaming through the rest of this year and really helping people maybe dip that first little toe into the water and see what it feels like.
That's right. Damon, thank you. God bless you, brother. And for what you do for the entrepreneurs, hundreds that you work with and faces of business, man, we salute you. We applaud you. And I give you a big round of applause. So thank you, brother.
Just happy we can do this. Cause man, I tell you what, with the people we get to meet, as you said, and people that thinking about live streaming, just think if you knew so many people in your professional sphere that you always knew that you could solve a problem because you knew somebody that could help you.
Just think if you helped, I think it's Michael Regal, right? Our buddy Michael Regal. I've got it right up here somewhere.
Again, someone we've had on the live stream.
Here's his book right here. And he always says, you know what? If I could just help, when he put out this book, he was like, if I could help one person, just think if you had the expertise, the experience that you have, if you just helped one person be better, solve that problem, maybe it helped their, gave them more confidence, it helped their business, it paid their bills, it could change their life just because of one, think of the mentors, the bosses that you've had over your career. You put out a post with Jim Rohn the other day. Man, I listened to Jim Rohn for hours and hours and like how he's, had an impact. Just think if you could just impact one person. Back to the comment that was in the chat. To love it. Make a difference.
Helping the vets. Thanks so much, man. I will let you go. You've got an important
I got a big date
with your daughter tonight. Awesome. Thanks everyone for listening today. go back to the beginning and listen if you didn't start from the beginning. Get through here. Curt dropped a lot of great stuff in this. And if you are interested in this more, want to talk a bit about live streaming, got any questions, you definitely can reach out to Curt or myself, and we can talk about it a little bit more. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back again next week.
Thanks, brother.